Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M40, M43, the Tier 8 American SPG. This one is located on the southwest border of Arctic region, otherwise known as Mannerheim Line, and it's under the command of CL1CKER. Yeah, I did promise you we've got another replay. In fact, it's a double replay featuring two battles by CL1CKER recently, both of them in the M40, M43. Okay, this one has got the 8-inch howitzer, 203mm in caliber, capable of 900 alpha, 52mm pen, 10.5 meters burst radius, stun of between 12.5 and 28 seconds, and it's also got a reload time by the book of 44.1 seconds, but you can see that CL1CKER's got it down to 35.72. Well, he's lining up on two enemy tanks which are right up in the north. He's decided to go for the Shrek. That was very close. In fact, it looks to me like two tanks got hit. Yeah, I think he damaged the Shrek and the T-54E1 with that shot. So it's only showing damage to the T-54 because he was the only one visible at the time. But I'm pretty sure that he got two tanks out of that shot. Okay, the M40, M43, little history. Came into being during the war. They actually designed it based on the M4 hull. It's a slightly lengthened hull. That's why there's a gap between the suspension bogies. It's carrying extra weight because, of course, it's got a big howitzer on top of it. And unlike the M4, instead of there actually being a turret and a crew... Ooh, ow, we just lost one of our team mates. The T-54E1 on our team went down to a Renegade. But instead of having the crew, it's got a limited number of shells, and they actually had a vehicle, a munitions vehicle, that would actually carry the shells for them. But they were used in action. There was an M40 and an M43. Of course, the M40 has the 155mm gun. The M43, oh, good shot. He got three there. Yep. The M43 carried the 8-inch howitzer, but the M40 carried the 155mm gun. The French design, same gun you'd actually see on the M12. So it was a very effective gun, but they tried both because they wanted to know which one was the better design. And look at this. This is absolutely Arty player's wet dream. You've got 5 enemy tanks bunched together. And they seem to be bullying one of them, almost like they're trolling. And as a result, they are all getting stunned and they are all bullying that pattern. Which seems very silly, actually, because it's one good way to end the game and lose the game if they keep doing what they're doing. You always can tell, sometimes when there is trolling behavior from the enemy team, it shows up, and then you just take advantage. In fact, we can see that 2 of the pattern tanks are actually in platoon, and I think that it's the 122TM and the Object 257 that are bullying them, because you can see on the board that yes, it is the patterns that are actually in platoon. If I put that up, you can see there's one of the patterns. I'm trying to show the name. They are in platoon. And they've lost another one. The T-54E1 up in the north just got taken out by our Cobra. It's a tier 9 game with tier 8 tanks in it. So, yep, extra XP for the tier 8s if they can hit the tier 9s. And it looks like they're doing that right now. Damage off both the pattern and the 122TM out of that one. If you can ever get 2 tanks get together, it's always a good idea to do that, because it really does upset the enemy if they got more than 1 tank stunned, and then your teammates can take advantage of it. That 122TM doesn't know when to disengage. He's actually sticking around, and that's going to be the undoing of him because CL1CKER's about to fire, and I think he's about to take another shell, and he's out the game. There you go. He should have retreated. The other guys did. Well, you can see that CL1CKER is actually relocating to get a new firing position. Doesn't want to get counter battery. And he's now got a new target, the 257. Dialing in. That looks nice. He'll hold that over on that point, and he won't move it until he's actually got either a loaded barrel ready to go and he can see the target, or until his teammate actually comes up with a new sighting for us. Okay, he's ready to go. Now, what happened there? Because it seemed that he was about to fire and then he went to reload again. That's very odd. I presume what he actually did is he fired the round in and missed. But maybe he actually just hit the reload button and chose a different shell. Okay, he's decided to have a quick look up north. There's really no shells, no tanks, no targets down in the south, except for that T10. And I don't think he can get at that because there is a rock that's in the way. Yep, we're looking at it now. Oh, we found another target we can hit, and that's the Standard B. Tier 9 Italian medium. Dialing in as fast as we can. Okay, we're ready to go. He needs to dial back. CL1CKER likes doing this. He gets it perfect. Oh, now there's something new we got there. Not only did he actually hit and track the Standard B, I think we saw a shell fly straight past the Standard B coming from the north. Kind of indicates where the enemy Arty is. And the enemy Arty is an FP207, the Tier 8 British SPG. The Standard B is now down to a one-shot. That Renegade's now in a whole lot of trouble, but our Caliban just got hit and he's on fire. So we might be about to lose him. Okay, he's lined up ahead or behind. Fires the round in. Oh, he got him! He got the Standard B just as he was retreating. That was an incredible shot because he must have worked out that the guy was pulling back, and he took him out. He aimed the shell ahead of his track, and it worked. Okay, we've got a pattern tank on the cat or mouse, whichever way you want to put it. It's in grid square C7. He's being marked by one of our teammates. Okay, we're looking at that target. They're requesting fire. I think that's one of the platoon as well. It is one of the platoon. That was Splash, 224. He's racked up over 2,000 hit points of damage, 1,697 from stun assist. And I think there's a few blind ones in there at least. I think there's some more damage that we are not showing at the moment, mainly down to the fact that, of course, when he fired in, there was multiple targets which were seen just before he fired, but turned up after he fired, and they were stunned. We're 4 up on the enemy at the moment, but it's looking very good, and his intuition has just cut in for the extra 8G, so he's reloading that, but it's very quick. Okay, the pattern tank is a good target. And he's going for it. And he's changed the angle, so now he can get a clean shot on that pattern. He's switched as well to Battle Assistant to give us a good view of the hit when it comes in. He could actually hit the end or the rear end of that pattern as well. Now, it didn't look like he got the hit there. I suspect that the enemy pattern moved up. And he might not want to move any closer because that pattern might see him and get a shot on him. Okay, but he's definitely got a shot on that guy. The other pattern is sitting there. They're both obviously in platoon, more than likely in communication. So it might be a good idea to take out the one that's closer to the exit rather than the one he's aiming at the moment. Barras coming around the edge of the cliff. He's going to get proximity spotted by the pattern. And I think they've marked the target as well. In fact, it's the Cobra who's marking the pattern tank for attack. Clicker's acknowledged that he's aiming at C8. There's the other one. Okay, he's trying to go for this one. He's taking fire. He's missing out on stun assist there. Rounds out. Well, that nearly wiped him out altogether. Makes the pattern a one-shot. I think he actually might want to be a little closer to the outside, but he's trying to get the angles right to hit that pattern at the end. He's changed his mind. He's knocked the tree down to give him a bit of cover. Oh, don't get too close to the edge. It's rather slippery. Okay, might be able to get 2 tanks with 1 shot. Nope, not going to happen now. That was a kill for the Cobra, who currently has 3 kills. Go for the pattern. Rounds out. Direct hit. We're now 5 up on the enemy. Only 3 left. The Shrek, the pattern, and they just lost their Arty. He got taken out by the XM66ER, who's sitting there. Yes, so he was actually spotting the Arty over in the corner. Others are marking the corner. That might be where the Shrek is. So I think the Shrek is actually in the tree line next to the bunker, whereas the pattern is sitting here on this corner here. And we're about to shoot. It could be a kill. Rounds out. It is. Nice shooting. Always like it. And they got the last one. So the Shrek's gone down. And that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats. And that was an ace tanker game for CL1CKER in the M40, M43. Very well played indeed. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 10. And he got a gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points for his own vehicle. So he was really being busy, getting as many shells out as he could, trying to hit as many of the enemy as he could at any one time, and getting damage on them. He also got a win 8 of 5,677 out of that game, which is super unicum and a bit more. Let's have a look at the team score, see where he was. Well, the highest damage turned out to be the Skoda T56 on their team. He got 4,265 hit points of damage, got a patrol GT, but didn't actually survive the game. I'm afraid he did go down. Second highest damage in the game actually turned out to be the Renegade on the enemy team with 3,481. And third place, well, that goes to CL1CKER with 3,448. When it came to kills, it's, CL1CKER's up at the top with that one. And the Cobra also had 3. Along with the T10 and the Shrek on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, it's the Skoda who managed 1,541, followed by CL1CKER with 1,254. They were the only 2 players who managed to get over 1,000 base in the game, with the third place going to the XM66ER and 921 base. He fired 14 rounds, a decent amount of ammunition to generate damage. 5 direct hits on the enemy, none of them penetrated, but he did get 23 splash. Damage of 3,448 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 3, so that's why he didn't get the Confederate, because he was just 1 missing from that. If he got 9 and 3, then he might have got it. 1,697 hit points of stun assist of 19 stuns. On a premium count, he actually made a profit on this one. 29,852 credits and 3,762 experience points as well. So a solid game there from CL1CKER. The sort of game that you would expect from him on a regular basis, because, of course, he can do that and repeat it. So let's have a look at the second battle and see if he does the same as in the first one. The second replay is on the Great Wall. Yeah, Empire's border. And, yes, we're on the southeast spawn. Game on. This is a very difficult map, mainly because those mountains really do make it difficult to get good shots on the enemy. He's chosen to start off in the corner and try and get shots in both directions if he can. It's one of the few places where you can actually, right at the start, fire in those corridors, but you can't get the shots in on the confrontation points unless you go to aim at the southeast corner. There you can hit the confrontation. It's very difficult to get shots on the enemy up at this corner. If they hug the west side of the corridor, it's very, very difficult. And an enemy has turned up, an M41D, which is the Chinese premium. And the T44 is over the other side, but I don't think he can hit that one because of the mountain in between. One of our Artys just hit him, though. We've got a Lorraine 15551. He just got around into the M41. Direct hit. Okay, that was a blind shot. The gun's constraints, by the way, the field of fire is 18 degrees either side of the center line. So 36 degrees in total. It's not a lot, actually, to work with, but it's enough. Okay, the M41's gone. Just before the second Arty shot went in, or third Arty shot. Rounds out. This could hit. Oh, it did! Good shot. Got the links, the P44 Pantera, and they just lost the links to the T34-3. So that one really worked out. That shot had an effect upon the battle in that area. And look at that. The P44 Pantera's gone down. We're now suddenly 2 up on the enemy very, very, very quickly. That's the Lorraine firing again. He's got a faster fire rate than we have. As I said, ours is 35.72. His is about 26 seconds. But remember, his is a 155mm, whereas ours is an 8-inch. Okay, we're trying to get the star 2. Rounds out. Just a little far further behind. The T34-3 is acknowledging it. Of course, the stun does help him to a certain extent. But he's getting help in the form of a Borsig coming up behind. Oh, T34 lost some hit points there. And the Star 2's trying to get away. And he's got help. And the Star 1 and a Shrek. Now, can we get a shot on the Star 1? Not easy. The Shrek, we might be able to hit him. We're only moments away from being able to fire. Rounds out. Yes, that's a hit. 402. Well, our teammates seem to be doing okay in the south for the moment. We're over on the southwest side. But it's what's going on in the center of the map, actually. Now we've only got 2 left. Now we've only got 1 left in the valley. So we've had a kind of, well, reversal. Because we were ahead, now we're behind by 2. In fact, it's looking so bad, we might have to retreat. The Lorraine 40-ton is all that's holding the enemy back from surging towards our area. And the Lorraine 15551 suddenly realized that. And he's motoring out of there as quickly as he can. P44 Pantera is trying to relocate as well. So we're trying to help the Lorraine 40-ton at the moment. But I'm worried that the Shrek is actually going to try come up behind him. And there's the Vrask. Okay, we can put a shot into him. Rounds out. And it's a kill shot. 325. He splashed him to death. He's using the extra HE. And the extra HE on these shells is actually capable of 1100 alpha. So even if you get a near miss, you should be able to do about 600. And that's how he was able to take out the Barras for 325. The enemy Star 1 also got stunned by the shot. And he took a shell from the Lorraine 40-ton. Okay, so we're looking ahead. Oh, well, that's not good. No, the Lorraine 40-ton went down to the Shrek. So he's still in the valley somewhere. The P44 Pantera didn't see it. Okay, we've got Lerber further in the south. We should be able to hit him. He's only got the rear of his vehicle towards us. Okay, we're almost... Again, I've seen him pop to the... or go straight away to a change his shell. He's actually gone to the standard HE. I think that was an intuition change. That must have been what he was doing. Because I saw it went to reload And I think he was just switching shells using intuition. Okay, so we're expecting an enemy tanker Star 1 to come through the gates only about, 300 yards away from us. The Lorraine's stuck around, though. He's actually sticking behind the rocks. It probably wouldn't help us if we did move away because we're down by 2. There's the Star. Okay, we can hit him. Rounds out. Yes! Solid kill. Kills the Star. Unfortunately, we have revealed our position, I think. I think that Star knows where we are. I think he's pondering a problem now because he's got 2 Arty he's got to attack. One's shooting from one direction and the other's shooting from a different. And yes, he did get the Lorraine, so that's why he chose to go after the Lorraine rather than us. I think he can barely see CL1CKER's vehicle. And the Barras takes him out, so now we're free and clear to move. And the scores are now even. But I think we do have an advantage because we've got each of our players in close proximity to the other. Yeah, the enemy Arty's trying to go after the Barras. So our Barras is actually hiding just around the corner from the gates. If the enemy tries to come that direction, he's going to get a nasty surprise because we'll hit them. And he's loaded. Even though the counter is saying he's still loading, he has loaded. He's switched to the extra HE. And Arty's firing. And it landed in front of us. So obviously, the Arty on the other side is guessing. And another roar from Arty. And that missed us. Clean miss. The Arty on the enemy team is an FV207 and a Lorraine 15551. They both got similar reload times, so that's why it sounded like one just fired after the other. Baraska's gone to join his teammates. They're kind of indicating the enemy might be down on the southwest corner of the map. I'm also wondering if they're actually inviting us to go around the other side. It looks like the IS-3 and the Type 57 are hanging back before they go up towards the cap area. They know the Arty is up the other end, and the Arty is actually trying to fire at them, so they know that they're there. And they found one of them. It's the SU-130 PM. We're re-aiming to try and get a shot. Does take a little while to dial in, though. Okay, we're dialed in. We're loaded. Rounds out. This is ordinary HE. Oh, he got him with a kill shot. Oh, he hit him. He wiped out the SU-130 PM. That's got to change the battle now. We did lose one of our teammates, the Type 57. But the good news now is it's only the Shrek on the enemy team, and they're 2 Arty, and they're facing the Barras, the IS-3, and of course CL1CKER. So if the enemy does come this direction, if it's the Shrek, then I think he can deal with this guy, and that's why he's watching the gates, trying to see if anyone comes through. He's reselected the extra HE. And the enemy Arty has been spotted at the other end of the map, but he's keeping his eye on those gates. Oh, no, he's decided he is going to attack the Lorraine. Ideally, he should be on the stun. He's changed to stun to try and get the stun assist. There's the FV207. He's almost dialed in. He's loaded. Rounds out. He switched straight back. Oh, he got him! He got another kill. Took out the Lorraine 15551. So no sight of the Shrek, which means the Shrek could be coming towards us right now through the gates. Now we're still in reload. We're loading the extra HE. There's no point in having stun HE at this moment because, of course, there's nobody here to give us stun assist. Oh, and the Shrek is up the other end. There he is. He's just been found. Now, we're going with the shell we've got because we don't want to switch. And our IS-3 is now in dreadful, dangerous position. He has been wiped out. Can we get the shell on the Shrek? Rounds out. Oh, he does! He wins the game! A direct hit takes out the Shrek. And that is an epic win for CL1CKER. That really was phenomenal last shot to get the enemy Shrek. I'll bet the IS-3, who was just wiped out by that Shrek, was so grateful when he saw the tank explode after being hit by CL1CKER's shell from a distance. And that shot, that was a Hail Mary. It went all the way over one side of the map, all the way to the other, and took out the last enemy vehicle and absolutely nuked him with one of those extra HE shells. There was no point in switching to the HE with stun. He actually went with what he could get. If he could get the shell close enough to the enemy, he could get massive damage. As you know, I did say during the game that the extra HE does have a better performance than the stun HE. And as a result, obviously, getting the shell closer meant all the difference in that game and gave them the win. CL1CKER managed to get an ace tanker out of the game. He also got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He actually ended up with 5, one short of getting a top gun and 1/3 of the enemy team. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 12. And on top of that, he got a win ace of 4,369. But I think he also got the thanks of the rest of his team, because without him, they wouldn't have won. Because I think that Shrek would have stood off as far away as he could from CL1CKER, who only has a view range. Well, it's a very narrow view range of 290 meters, but the Shrek has got a much longer view range. He could have stood off over at distance once he spotted where CL1CKER was and then shot him and taken him out. Unless, of course, CL1CKER could set up an ambush. But that shot prevented him having to do that. He aimed the shell all the way over the map and it got the kill. Let's have a look at team score and see where he is. Well, the highest damage in the game went to the Barask on our team with 4,593 hit points. He got a high caliber Confederate and a tank sniper out of that game. So, yes, quite a lot of medals. 6,523 win 8 from that game. Second highest damage in the game actually went to the Shrek on the enemy team. The last enemy killed by CL1CKER. He got 2,919 hit points of damage. And the third, well, that happens to be CL1CKER. Yes, 2,870. And so at least he got into the standings right at the end. When it came to kills, though, he got the highest number. 5 kills went to CL1CKER. 4 kills went to the Shrek on the enemy team. 3 kills went to the Type 57, who must have felt a bit sad about being taken out before the end game. But at least he knew that his team won. And when it came to base XP, it's the Barask. He gets 1,277, probably from the amount of damage he did. And the second highest was CL1CKER, 1,116. So a really good game. He was one of only 2 players who managed to get over 1,000 base. The next highest being the T-34-3, who managed 884. He fired only 10 rounds in this game. Surprisingly small number, but a great effect upon the enemy. 7 direct hits, 3 penetrating shots, 8 splash. Let's have a look and see if we can determine which ones he actually penetrated. Well, the enemy Arty, yes, he got a direct hit on that guy, completely wiped him out. The SU-130 PM, yep, he penetrated him too and took him out. And I suspect, yes, it was the Shrek as well. He got a direct hit on the Shrek and penetrated him, and that ended the game. So, wow. What a result. Let's have a look at the rest. 8 splashes, damage of 2,870, of which 2,780 hit points was at more than 300 meters. One of those was one of the enemy tanks, the Star 1, I think it was, who actually got really close. He did take out the Lorraine, but CL1CKER managed to get him and take him out in return. 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 5 killed, 1,456 hit points of stun assist off 6 stuns. And he earned a profit of 107,197 credits from that game and 3,348 experience points as well. But it was an epic game. He didn't get any medals out of that one, other than the 2 that he got. But boy, I suppose it really didn't matter because that was just such a good game. And of course, Arty wins. Arty wins the game again. If you've got a good Arty player, you can win most battles. And in fact, when you've got a player like CL1CKER, you win virtually all of the ones that he's actually involved with. Well, not all, because obviously he didn't win the M53, M55 game that we showed yesterday. But the fact of the matter is, he couldn't win that game because his team was no good. He was good, he was getting great results, but his team wasn't, and that's why he wasn't able to win it. But this game, yeah, he really did perform, and it gave great results. So congratulations to CL1CKER for another epic battle in the M40, M43. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, can you give this video a like? Do subscribe to our channel if you can. Leave a little comment down below. Say thank you. Great battle. Really enjoyed it. Because, of course, it is having an effect upon the algorithm and it's spreading our videos out to more people so they get to find out. Apparently, just recently, several people have actually said that they saw our videos for the first time, never realized that our channel existed, and they finally found out there's an Arty channel where they can watch replays on YouTube because, of course, most other channels, most other content creators don't feature Arty. Well, I say Dr. Nix does, and a few others like Frenzier, and I think he stopped doing them for a little bit. And there's a few channels like CL1CKER, who actually does have his own channel, and he features Arty. But the vast majority of the content creators don't feature Arty, or only feature them around April Fool's Day, or as a joke, because of course they don't like Arty. But we do like Arty, so we feature them, and we feature tanks as well, because we like seeing that Arty players can play other vehicles, and frequently do. So if you did like this one, please give it a like, and thank you for watching.